everybody. My name is Cameron Cintron, and today we're going to learn how to do subversion control. Subversion control. What is subversion control? Well, it's useful for a couple of things. First off, if you're working with a team and you guys want to share your project remotely, then that's one reason why you would have that. So then everybody can access the same project from the server, and you won't have to rely on sending each other Unity packages. Um, the other thing that it's useful for is making sure keeping adding versioning to your project. So if you screw up at some point and you realize you need to go back to an earlier point because you can't fix something, that's one reason. Or maybe your hard drive crash, just in case your hard drive crashes or your USB gets smashed, something like that. It's good to keep the project somewhere just in case. So here we are. What I have here is a brand new project, just like every video I've done so far. Brand spanking new. First thing we're going to want to do after we have our project, and you could do this probably on a project that you already have existing, but ideally you'd want to do this with a fresh project. So you're going to want to go to File, um, thinking maybe not. Actually, we'll go to Edit, Project Settings, and who am I kidding? You could have went to File, but whatever. We're going to Project Settings. All right. Um, and oh, that's embarrassing. I am in the wrong spot. Oh boy. Where editor? That's what I wanted. So over here we can see version control, hidden meta files. We do not want hidden meta files. So we're going to go ahead and put visible meta files. Unity offers a version control of their own, but I've never used it. You have to pay for it. I think. I don't know. But this is what I know. So, visible meta files. Now, we're going to go ahead and save our project, and we're going to close it. But I just opened my project, you ask. Well, sorry, but this is what we need to do. And I have my web browser open and ready for you guys. We're gonna set all of this up. This is fresh. Ah, geez, I can't move my window again. Dude. There we go. That's bizarre, but whatever. Oh my gosh. So go to wherever you had your project. Here's where I had mine. You're gonna go inside it and see library. You're gonna go ahead and kill that. We don't want that. The library can take up hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of megabytes. It can even take up several gigabytes, and you don't need it. That's the beauty of it. Um, oh, here, don't do this. I'm just gonna do this just to show you guys. Uh, see that? Library. It just came right back. But that's not what I wanted to show you. What I want to show is the metafile stuff so that you can see that. I'm just gonna save this, blah. Where did it say? There it is, blah. Okay. I'm gonna close this. Okay, I'm going to assets. See that? We got that meta file right there. If it was hidden, you wouldn't be able to upload that to our SVN. And that's very important. Meta files are responsible for keeping the things that, any changes that you make to, say, your prefabs or the scene, your meta files, from my understanding and my experience of wondering why didn't anything save when I saved it and then sent it to the server, meta files make sure things get saved. So Yeah, that's that. Okay. I need to go back here and I need to delete my library. Okay. Oh no. There we go. Library. Okay. Another important thing. Most people will not do this. Well, you know what? I'll get into that later. We want to set up our SVN server. So now you can do this with any service that offers subversion control. Uh, Me personally, I do it off of my own website, and my web service provider is DreamHost. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna log in, and you can do and usually any kind of thing that has like a hosting would be able to do this. You might want to check what the web hosting service offers because they might not have subversion control. I got lucky and mine did. Uh, so I'm gonna log in and blah blah blah. There's my password. All right. Wherever you log in, you're gonna go ahead and you want to find. Oh no, you're gonna want to find subversion. I've got a whole bunch. Um, get rid of those later. So what you want to do is wherever you can create a new subversion, you want to give it a project name, demonstration, project ID. I don't ever use that. Never really questioned what it is. I just skip over it. Install to demonstration. I guess I'll do that. And here's cool. We need usernames. You can give each person a username, and I think you give them permissions and stuff. I'm not quite sure what kind of permissions the DreamHost allows, but most of them should allow you to be able to tell what folders your users have access to. Um, do do do. Okay, what's this? Okay, and just like that. Oh my gosh, what did I? Wow. Okay, right. Well, I'm just gonna leave it the same. All right. So that takes a little bit of time. Sometimes it goes fast, sometimes it goes slow. In the meantime, we need to download a client for being able to interact with our subversion server. And there are numerous clients out there. Most people will go ahead and just use Tortoise SVN. I'm pretty sure this is only a Windows one though. Um, so if you're on Windows, you can go ahead, and I'll show one for Mac. Unsure about Linux, but Tortoise. Um, and don't get confused by the OS part. You see the big OS, think, oh, iOS or something like Mac, but nope, it's purely Windows. So go ahead, do that, get it installed wherever you want. While you're doing that, I'm gonna show Mac users and the Window users can also use this one, but Mac users, this is the one I know. So you go to Smart SVN, go here, see in Windows 7, you can purchase that. Free foundation. Okay. Yeah, so you want the free version, or you can get okay, Linux can use Smart SVN too. If you want, you can get what does the purchased one have? I don't even know. Support and stuff. It's okay. We don't need that. So you'll go ahead and download that. Okay, let's check on our SVN status. And I'm going to do that another window because I don't want that stuff displayed. Okay, so my emails is saying that my SVN was done. It is installed. Okay, cool. Wonderful. Okay, so now we're going to want to I know you made this project where you wanted it to go, but sorry, we're gonna delete that soon. Um, so after your SVN is installed, just find the any window browser. Well, let's see, or I guess the desktop too. Doesn't really matter. And you'll notice a new option popped up when you right-click. You got Tortoise SVN, and you want to go to your repo browser, and well, we need an address. What is the address? Well, um, trying to find. There we go. Okay, so project URL would be right there. And you want to make sure you absolutely have to have the HTTP stuff. Otherwise, it will not recognize recognize the address. If you just did www dot whatever. So minimize that. Okay, I'm gonna paste that in there. Okay, bam. What? Uh, that's new. Okay, pausing the video. Okay, I don't know what I did. I think I got the URL wrong. If for some reason it's saying you got a malformed error or something, just go ahead and try opening it up in a new tab and copy it directly from the web browser's yeah, the search bar in the your web browser. Because now I am in. I close that. So what we have here is it looks like to be connected to your SVN inside the client. Um, and when you sign in, you might not see anything. You might wonder, well, wait, I signed in. Where's my window? Because Tortoise likes to create a whole new window behind all of your other open windows. So what you have to do is just look at the bottom, and it'll be right there. I guarantee it. Assuming you signed in correctly. Okay. Now, this bookmark thing is new, and I'm not quite sure what it is. But what we're gonna do, okay, so we have this guy right here. We deleted our library folder, and our meta files have been turned on. So we're gonna go to the root folder. We're gonna grab it. We're gonna just drag and drop. Really easy. Really spanking easy. Oh, and then here we go. Whenever you commit something to your SVN, you should always enter a message. So in this case, initial project commit. That's what I always put. Um, Maybe you should always. Don't really know. It's what I've been told though. Okay. And we're waiting, and we're waiting, and we're waiting. And I'm going to go on my tablet while I'm waiting. And we're still waiting. I'm gonna pause the video until it's done. Alright, it's done, yay. So, great. We're in the SVN, and it's on, and all our stuff's in there. Our next step is back to where we had our project. We're going to, and I know it's gonna hurt, but we're gonna delete it. I know. But the reason why is the project, or files for that matter, not necessarily the project, the files that we committed to the SVN from our PC are not actually connected to the SVN. Uh, we just simply threw them up there and that's it. Now we need to pull those files from the SVN. That way our project is connected to the SVN. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do an SVN checkout this time. And you only ever check out your project once. So we've got the URL, and if this is the incorrect place, then just make sure this is correct. You can leave it fully recursive, head, leave all that stuff. And we're going to say, okay. And it might ask you for your password. Um, I always check mark the option to remember my password. And see, it's downloading. And we're done. Just like that. Okay. See, there it is. And it's got the little green check mark. That means everything's good to go. Now, I'm going to demonstrate uploading to the SVN. So I'm going to go to open up the project. I'm sorry. I shouldn't say uploading to the SVN because that's a little generic. What I mean is, I'm going to demonstrate uploading new files to the SVN. And, oh, we can go ahead and close this. We don't need that anymore. So, we go ahead, just create something for fun. Test.txt. You do not have to do this. Oh, really? I made a class? I don't want a class. I just want a regular text document. Text document. Just bam! Just like that. Let's go into here. Alright, Unity imported it and it made the meta file. And I'm gonna just to show you guys that your library folder is there. See that? It rebuilt it. Gonna go to that temp folder. Unity lock file. Interesting. Okay. So we've made our new file. You want to go and find it now. So assets. And you want to highlight both of those. You want to right click them toward this SVN and you want to add it. Don't be mistaken. For the when you add it, that does not commit it to the server. That simply adds it on the stack of things to be added to the server. Okay, that's part one of all of this. That is how to upload a brand new file. Now, what about files that we've changed? Do I have to do that? No, and I'll show you. I'm just going to go ahead and create a cube just so that the scene gets changed. I'm not even in that scene. I'm going to create a cube. I'm going to save my scene. Okay, that's a sphere, whatever. Save my scene. Now we've made changes. See that? It's got the little red exclamation mark. It means there have been changes done to this. Um, what we want to do is go back and we're gonna go commit. Actually, we're not gonna commit yet. You want to always update. Do an SVN update at 2 points. The first point is right before you open your project. If you're working in a large group, and point B would be right before you commit your stuff. So we'll do an update, but I'm the only one working on here. So obviously there's nothing new. And we're gonna commit it. Change blah.unity scene added a sphere and committed dust.txt. Oh my god, I am so tired. And there's just like that. Okay, cool. That's all there is to adding new files and stuff. But now you ask, well, what if me and my friend are working on the same scene at the same time, and he commits something and I commit something? I need another computer to demonstrate this, I think. But what'll happen is, when you go to update, in this little box right here, under action, you'll see the word conflict. And what that means is there's an error that you need to check out. So you'll just go up to the conflict and you can just right click. The options for me are different, but when there is a conflict, you'll see an option to resolve. Um, there's two that I will use. One is resolve using theirs and resolve using mine. If you know that your file is the one true file, then go ahead and do resolve yours. If their file is the one true file or more recent, then you want to use theirs. Now, there's also another thing. What if it's a script? What if you don't want to necessarily get rid of the modifications you've done to a script, and you don't want to get rid of the modifications that your friend or whoever has done to the script? There's an option to compare them side by side, and what was I saying? Oh, yeah, and you can see where the scripts are the same and where there's differences. In fact, there's a good little app for that. I'm going to try and find it real fast. Okay, I found some comparison tools. One is WinMerge. That one's free. It's alright. It's not the greatest. But there's another one, Araxis Merge. This one is not free. In fact, how much is it? Oh boy. It's expensive. Well, if you have the money, why not, right? This one's nifty for comparing two different text documents, or well, the same ones, but with different. You get the idea. So that's useful for that too. Okay, so what have we done? We've gone over that. Okay. Well, another note or another bullet point I will add. I know we didn't do this right away, but what I recommend is set up your file structure right away, right at the beginning. That way everybody has the same file structure right off the bat and you don't have to make any changes. Oh, another point of scenes. What if you want to move that in there? Well, let's see what happens. Okay, so for ease, what I can do is I can just right click the root folder and I can just add the whole thing. It'll give me a nice little list. Bam, added. Do not ever right click from the projects root folder because you do not want the library in on the SVN or this temp folder for that matter. But okay, so let's see what happens. We're gonna commit that stuff. Okay, I'm not even going to enter a thing. Just because. Bam. Done. Alright. Well, now, oh, yawning again. Okay, now let's do an update. Oh my gosh. Okay, so, well, it says restored. Let's see what happens. I mean, you can guess, but hey, it's right there. But not only is it right where it was originally, it's in that folder as well. And this is why it's good to have somebody dedicated on your team to managing the SVN, because now we we have to go into our SVN, of course SVN, repo browser. Maybe it'll ask you for a password unless you selected remember. Okay, so we're in here, now we have to go in here. Ugh, yawning. We have to remove this. Move to scenes folder. Okay, so we did that. Go ahead. And we changed the SVN, but it's still there. And that is because we need to do an update. Oh, tree conflict. That's always fun. I hate tree conflicts, but this one's being nice and letting me mark as resolved. Alright, so deleted. Bam! SVN deleted it for us. Oopsie, and look, now it's looking for meta files too, which is nice. So, yeah, SVN is really useful, but it can be really frustrating at times too. That concludes the SVN tutorial. If anybody went ahead and downloaded Smart SVN and they are confused how to use it, just send me a message, and I will be happy to download it just to demonstrate. Um, there's also other videos on there too, but I'm more than willing to help. Alright, like or subscribe, and enjoy your days.